All right, let's keep this train rolling. Keep it going. Introducing first for this next match, out of the blue corner, representing Spartan Palm Coast. Give it up for Husan Ganiev.
We got Matt Yost in the booth. He just won earlier tonight. How you feeling, Matt?
I think
yeah. I think it was a good performance, man. You do what you got to do.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, representing Marcelo Pereira, BJJ. Give it up for John Dal Gonzalez.
Godfather getting his butt whooped the whole match and then pulling it out.
You know, honestly, the crazy thing is now, he actually started attacking during, like, regulation, and he's been subbing people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you really have to wonder, where was that the rest of the time?
Yeah.
Because he's subbing better people than he was going against beforehand. Like, he was going against, like, McDonald's drive-thru workers and, like, Submission Underground, but now he's beating, like, world champs. It's so weird.
Something's got to click eventually. Whoa, what was that? I don't know.
I think a heavyweight just...
I thought somebody, like, jumped up maybe, and these are little guys, though.
Really drawing this out.
Once again, introducing John Dal Gonzalez from Marcelo Pereira, BJJ. Come on down.
A little bit of...
Do you know any of these kids, Jake, or we're going in blind here?
Yeah, I'm going in blind here. I don't know either of these kids. Honestly, I'm not familiar with the schools either, so I am interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's really interesting to like watch these announcements because you really find out about schools you never knew existed.
Right, and once you see a couple of the, once the school's got like 3 or 4 guys in the same night, by the third match, you're starting to figure out what kind of game they play particularly. It's not always the case, but a lot of schools, people have the same style.
I know me personally, I didn't know about a lot of gyms until I started competing and started going there. It really helped my game.
Oh, man.
Fast guillotine.
He did a good job throwing that guard up, too. Yeah, Husan's got an active guard.
Yeah, opting for that rib crusher.
Doing like a T.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder, no flash photography, please. So if you're trying to film your friends, your family, please turn those lights off, ladies and gentlemen. Please turn those lights off and no flash as you're recording.
Yeah, bottom player really needs to free his head to make this pendulum start working.
Yeah. So I was thinking he keeps switching back and forth. He's going to have to open up that triangle if he wants to actually make a sweep happen.
In full guard is a really good stalling position, but not many offensive cycles can really start from there.
No, you're not going to get any regular attempts, arm bars, triangles. If you got a good squeeze, you can finish people with that. My coach, Wagner Rocha, He's somewhat been perfecting that, and if you got a good squeeze, you also got to catch it high on the ribs. So right here, he's on the lower back. This isn't, you know, a potential finish here, but if he were to lock a little higher, he might be able to get some squeeze on those ribs.
Shout out Wagner Rocha, the scariest man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, he just mauls my face every day, but I've grown to really love it.
He's really going for this key lock in the guard.
Yeah, and that's interesting because, you know, most of the time that's kind of a waste of time. You don't typically see people getting subs inside of the closed guard, but it's not impossible.
Especially since it's a rotational break, he's going to have to expose his back if he wants to add any real pressure to that. So
exactly.
But, you know, bottom guy, you know, real active, real good guard.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He throws those legs up, he gets that triangle, no problem. I think he's got good dexterity as well.
I think his problem is he's opting to just reset to neutral instead of like using his guard to actually create openings. He's
right.
Becoming stagnant with that body triangle, and it's really hurting him.
This is more of a holding guard. If he wants to be offensive, he's going to just have to open up, really. I mean, the only thing he could do, maybe grab a Kimura, but he's going to have to open those legs to actually mount some offense here. Not a lot of time in these kids' matches. I mean, there's only a minute and a half already left in this match, so we could be seeing overtime.
I think we're going to be seeing him try a key lock from the back.
Now, should he use the cage here?
I believe so. He should, but if he's going to try to do that pendulum, which I think he is, the cage is going to stop him. He's not really going to have the room.
Right, so you're thinking maybe he could set up an arm bar using that cage to kind of use the bottom of his feet and start to rotate?
I would almost opt for the back take since your back is supported by the cage. You can almost kind of rest up on that and kind of use it to climb yourself up.
Okay.
I know a lot of MMA fighters, especially going to Fusion, they like to do that.
Right.
They try not to go for joint locks near the cage. They try to just go for stabilizing positions and then start working submissions.
Yeah, and that's very true because any type of joint lock, whether it's a leg lock or a Kimura, that's like the cage is just going to stifle any rotational power.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
one thing you need to finish joint locks, ironically enough, is space. You know.
Right.
So like
it's
when
true,
you press up
true.
against the cage, you don't have any space to do anything.
Right, because you're going to have to throw your hips in. You're going to have to get an actual bridge.
Nice triangle at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there an arm inside of that triangle?
I believe there is.
He's got to get his knee a little bit higher. There he is. Okay, now
10 seconds to finish this, though. We'll see what he can do with it.
it's going to be tough. He's going to have to go for the arm, I think. You know, I don't think he's going to finish a choke in this amount of time.
Looks like we're seeing overtime here. Nice triangle, though.
Yeah, it was a very nice attempt towards the end.
I feel like if he opened up his guard, he would probably have that a little bit more.
Yeah, man. He was showing a good guard the whole match. Was just kind of opting to hold. So that's something he can definitely learn from in the future. And what I'm thinking also is if he gets on the back, you know, Husan, with the way his legs are, I think he could throw in a body triangle very easily just based on the dexterity that he was showing in the match. So I'm curious what his choice is going to be.
I think we're going to be seeing a ride time finish here.
Yeah. The dynamic that makes it so interesting to me is that you don't get to choose the exact position. You only choose offense or defense.
Yeah.
And that throws a lot of people off because maybe you're only good at one offense or one defense. You know?
Yeah, most definitely. I noticed there's a big lack of spider web.
Yeah.
Defense and offense by most people.
Now, most people take back. So there's a big advantage to those guys who are used to fighting in those armbar positions. All these 10P guys.
Typically with 10th Planet guys in EBI, the spider web is used kind of as a mid-round. Because normally in EBI there's 3 rounds as opposed to the 1 round we have in SGS. So you normally go back first to get some ride time, some score time up, or maybe a submission. You go armbar to try to submit them, and back the.
Oh, and he's out. He's out.
Wow, that was impressive.
Man, Husan threw that body triangle in quick, but Gonzalez just was getting the angle very fast. Able to get that rotation and
have that rotation power.
All about rotation power.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your winner in overtime with the escape, Johandiel Gonzalez.